Hi guys. Whoops, let me make it so you can't see how messy my kitchen is. This is technically a cooking with Jen. I'm making rice pilaf. I wanted to apologize to you guys because I have been super flippin' busy this weekend, and so there were no videos. Actually, oh, my hair's being crazy too. I just posted a video, and it was the Cooking with Alec and Bronson episode that I did on Thursday night. I did it Thursday night. So, that is when that was actually filmed. But I decided to, hold on. Spreading to a boil, cover, and reduce heat to low, 17 to 22 minutes. Whatever. Anywho, so here is how my weekend went. I'm gonna sit down because I'm tired. Let's see here. Thursday, I did the filming and the picture stuff that Alec was making the fake blood for, and Bronson was kung fuing in the background. So I did that Thursday night, and that went until about 1 in the morning, 1:30 in the morning. Went to bed, got up. I did something during the day. What did I do Friday? See, it's been so hectic, I can't even think about what I've been doing. Friday. Oh, hello. Friday, Stuart had a doctor's appointment. So, woke up, got dressed, picked up Stuart, took Stuart to his doctor's appointment all the way in Fresno. Waited for his doctor's appointment shindig. And once that was done, I came back to Tulare, dropped Stuart off, and I'm really tired because I had to get up kind of early for that doctor's appointment. I had gone to bed at like 2 o'clock in the morning. So I came home, took a nap, woke up, and I told you my friend was having a concert in the Lemoore Naval Base. And I was going to go with a couple of my friends who are on base. So woke up, took a shower after my nap, popped in my car, drove out to Lemoore. Come here, Loki. Come here. He's been a little weird. Come here. Hi. Anyways, so drove out, picked up my friend, went and picked up both of his friends, because he has friends who are leaving, and so it was kind of like I went to go for the concert, he went to go get drunk with his friends, and I was pretty much taking care of him. But overall, it was actually, I had a really good night. I found out I am king at foosball. Absolutely king at it. It's my sport of choice now. Come here, Loki. Fine. Meow over there. So, that went until, we were at the bar until 2 o'clock. Then, gathered the drunkies up, went back out to my car, took the two friends home, they lived together. Then decided, I was starving because I didn't eat. And so, shout out to Jack in the Box, shout out. For having a 24-hour drive-thru. So my friend Tripp and I went through the drive-thru, got food, and then I drove back to base, and dropped him off, and then drove all the way back to my house. And I was supposed to go to my Aunt Sharon's place, because I told you I was house sitting. I was supposed to go there that night, and I was like, I'll just get up early and check on it. So what ended up happening is, come here! You're so needy. What ended up happening was I decided I needed sleep at 3:30 when I got home. I was like, I'll check on our house in the morning. So, and Saturday and I'm in charge of my little cousin getting her to her softball games because this weekend was championship weekend and she was in the top. Her team started out in 7th. Like, out of all the teams on all the things going into the championship, she was 7th, and now she was, on Saturday, she was supposed to play the undefeated team called the called the Oregon Ducks, and this is what I found funny, her team was called the Bears. All of the teams were named after football teams. the softball teams were named after football teams, and I found that funny. Anyways, so drove out to my grandma's, picked my little cousin up, made sure she was good. Went to her house, fed her dogs. So technically I was house sitting 2 houses because her parents were out of town and I had to feed their dogs also as well. Then we went down to the park and I got to watch her play. And it was actually a really good game. Like I was like a parent, like, wow, come on, you can do it, girls, all this stuff. Our team, the Bears, ended up unseating the undefeated team. Ha! So that was actually pretty awesome. So I got to watch that, and she was ecstatic about it. And then she asked if she could have a sleepover with me at my Aunt Sharon's house. Me being the wonderful cousin I am, I said, yes, sure, even though I was exhausted because I had only gotten 3 hours of sleep. I'm like, you know what? I'll have a sleepover with my cousin. Went back to Grandma's, picked up her stuff, talked to Grandma about how great the game was. I bought pizza to celebrate, so we had pizza for lunch. Asked Grandma, could she please come up and have a sleepover with me? Grandma's like, yes, please, because you have my cousin Selena, who's the girl I was watching, and then her little 5-year-old sister, Nicole. Nicole has been sick, so my grandmother has been taking care of Nicole, and Nicole has been super sick. So it was kind of a handful for Grandma to babysit 2 girls, one of them being sick. It gets a little hectic. So Grandma was like, yes, please. So I was like, all right, I'm doing this for Grandma and for my cousin. Took my cousin up to my aunt's house, and at this point I'm exhausted, so I'm like, yeah, let's just watch TV for a little bit. And she's like, can we play the Wii? Can we play the Wii? And I was like, I don't know how to set up the Wii, kid. Sorry, I don't do technology when it comes to spending money. So, and then she wanted to watch a movie, but we couldn't get the DVD player to work. So I was like, how about we just find something cool on TV to watch? She goes, okay. Flipping through the channels, and she decides, what's the name of the show? It's not Deadliest Catch. It's the tuna version of Deadliest Catch. And, I should probably stir this. Don't explode on me. Awesome. Anyways, but, so it was like the tuna fishing version of that. And she goes, oh, can we please watch this? Apparently, she has a huge crush on one of the guys on the tuna fishing boats. Whatever. My little cousin has gotten to the age where she is boy crazy. And this makes Cousin Jennifer sad inside because she doesn't talk about boy time. So, and I'm sitting back down. Anyways. So, we watched that. We ended up watching the tuna fishing show for 4 hours. I watched 4 hours of tuna fishing because she thought this boy was cute. While the tuna fishing was happening, she dug in through her purse and pulled out nail polish and asked if she could paint my toes, which they're pink. We all know how I feel about that. I was like, yeah, sure, you can paint my toes, kid. In the back of my head, I was like, as long as I don't have to move, go for it. And then she decides so she paints my toes, and painting my toes ends up into playing with my hair and styling my hair, and I was like, sure, whatever. Then she asked if she could put makeup on me, my makeup, and I was like, nah, let's not do makeup, my eyes hurt, allergies, blah, blah, blah. And then she decides she's tired of it, so I was like, alright. Tired of watching tuna fishing. I was like, alright, you know where the remote is, go pick what you want to watch. At this point, I'm making dinner, which we had mac and cheese, because I'm awesome. And then, what does my cousin turn on? Twilight. And I was like, there's nothing else on you want to watch? She's like, no, I love this movie. And I'm like, okay. Fine. Sure. So I deserve the best cousin award because I sat through Twilight again. I'd already seen it once and anyways. And then we eat dinner and then she reminds me that I had promised her if she'd won her game she'd get ice cream, and I'm like, crap. Totally forgot about that. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm remembering about that, girl. We're having special ice cream. She's like, what special ice cream? And I was like, we're making homemade ice cream, kid. Surprise. Get the ingredients out of my Aunt Sharon's cupboards and stuff and grab bags. If you've never made bagged ice cream, like homemade in a bag, Ziploc bag, where you just shake it sprinkles as she wanted on them. She's like, yes, sprinkles, sprinkles. It looked like she was eating a rainbow, a melted rainbow. So then we did that, and then, what was the next thing? Oh, and then she wanted to watch sports on TV. My personal opinion is sports are really boring unless you're at the stadium, because half of the game is the atmosphere, and if you lose the atmosphere, the game's just boring for me. But I then watched softball, and then, she went to check to see what movies were playing, and Blindside was playing, so we got to watch Blindside, and I was like, yes, finally, something I like. And then, by then, it was 10 o'clock, and I was like, all right, I'll let you stay up late, bedtime. Oh, man, do I have to? And I was like, yeah, you do. In the back of my mind, I'm like, I swear, I'm just gonna pass out. So, she sleeps in the guest room, and then I sleep in my Aunt Sharon's bed. And it's really hot, like, because it was just really hot. And so, we both had problems falling asleep or whatever. Next morning, I wake up at 5:30 to the sound of her throwing up. Now, backstory. She was sick already. She wasn't as bad as her little sister, but she was like recovering is what they told me. And I was like, no, she was just having a couple of good days. There's like some bug going around their school, and they both caught it. And I'm like, awesome. Fingers crossed that I don't get it. But so she was up sick again, had all the symptoms, and I'm like, awesome, kid. You have your championship game today. Because they won. Anyways, thank goodness I was able to nurse her back to health. And then we go and have breakfast with my mom. The reason we have breakfast with my mom is because we hopped in the car and I started the car and the TPMS light came on my Aunt Sharon's car. For those of you who are like, oh my god, what's TPMS? TPMS stands for Tire Pressure Monitoring System. It's your car letting you know that one of your tires is low, basically, or more than one, if you're just super unlucky. And I was like, alright, we don't live too terribly far away from my mom. My aunt doesn't. So I was like, all right, hey, let's have breakfast with my mom. And I called my mom. I was like, yo, dog, we're having breakfast. She goes, well, I was like, I'll explain later. So we go over to her house, and I go to the garage and get the compressor. That's the word I was looking for. We have an air compressor. So I go and get the compressor, and I was like, all right, I'll check the tires. Checked the driver front tire, 44 pounds. Awesome. Check the back tire, 44 pounds. Awesome. Check the passenger front tire, 43 pounds. Alright. 44 pounds. Awesome. Back passenger tire, 15 pounds. 15. I was like, crap. Alright. Filled it up with air, and I was like, I'll deal with that later. Time to go. Took my cousin to the field for her to play, and they won. It was the most intense little girls game I've ever seen in my life. The final score was 7-6, and it was crazy. The entire game, like, parents were like, oh my god, oh my god. It was a great game to watch. I was just so proud of my cousin, and they got their picture taken, and it's going to be in the newspaper because they were underdogs, because they came up from such a low spot, and because they beat the undefeated team not once but twice. Don't ask me how it works. And so then after that, we went back to her house where her grandmother was, or where our grandmother was, and she's like, hey, oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you. So my grandmother decides to award us all by taking us out to Olive Garden. I'm like, yes, Olive Garden. We go to Olive Garden, have fun at Olive Garden, come back, and I'm like, okay, guys, well, I gotta go, but I love you. And I hugged Mom. I hopped back in the car. As I'm leaving, my TPMS light comes on again, and I was like, you've got to be shitting me right now. Drive back over to my parents' house, and I was like, okay. Because I had to go to my parents' house anyways, and I was like, I'll deal with this. So, get my Aunt Sharon's jack out, jack up the car, get the lug nuts off, pull the tire out, and there's a staple like this big poking through, and I was like, that can't be the reason. I get some water, put the water on it, starts bubbling, and I was like, crap. Get the spare, which is a temporary spare, which means it's half the size of a regular tire, and I put that on it. And then I'm like, okay. Oh, it's raining outside. That's what I hear. So, get the spare put on. I was like, okay, this will last me until I get up to my Aunt Sharon's house, because she's coming home tomorrow. She could deal with it then send her a text, be like, yo dog, you must have ran something over. You got the spare on it, but we need to get this fixed ASAP, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'll deal with that when I get home. Cool. Then, so now we're up to Sunday night. I go back up to my Aunt Sharon's house, and it is now like 10 o'clock at night. Awesome. I'm too hot to sleep right now. I'm gonna wait till it cools off a little bit. Then watch some TV, and then I fell asleep. Then my Aunt Sharon's work alarm goes off. My Aunt Sharon goes to work at 5 in the morning, which means she has to get up at 4:30. So I woke up at 4:30 this morning. I was like, well, this blows. Anyways, then fast forward a long time, because when I woke up, I pretty much just became a couch potato and sat down on the couch for forever. This is my alcohol cabinet. And sat down on the couch for forever, watched TV. Came time for afternoon. Taylor called and needed a ride. Picked Taylor up, took Taylor to where he needed to be. Met up with both my aunts who had come home, and to thank me for watching the girls, they bought me socks, which I like socks, so that was a good thing. And then my Aunt Sharon and I went and took care of her car, and then we went to go visit my grandma to see how she was doing now that she was free of the children and she could relax. And then my Aunt Sharon took me back up to there so I could grab the truck, and then I drove over to my parents' house so I could pick up some food, and then I drove home, and now I'm making this video, and it's now 17 minutes long. Sorry about that. But yeah, so I'm gonna eat, and then I'm going to go to sleep until I physically can't anymore, and then I'm gonna eat and go back to bed. So anyways, I'm sorry that I kind of neglected you guys. I hope your weekends weren't as incredibly busy as mine. And yeah, so I will see you guys all tomorrow, and that's it. Love you guys. Bye.